Good morning, and welcome to worship at First Parish in Concord on this special Social Action Sunday during this historical weekend. Good morning again. And welcome to worship at First Parish in Concord on this special Social Action Sunday during this historic weekend organized public protest in the fight to reclaim democracy. My name is Kim Seeger. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm honored to serve on the governing board. First Parish is a member of the Unitarian Universalist Association of Congregations, and love lies at the center of our faith. Connected by our shared values, we gather to live out our mission together, to deepen spiritually, to build community, and to make a positive difference in the world. Welcome to all joining us both in our sanctuary and on Zoom. If you're visiting or new to the congregation and need assistance, please chat with your online Zoom host or see one of our ushers in the rear of the sanctuary. The parlor downstairs serves as our wiggle room where young ones can play, accompanied by their adult caregivers, while the service streams on a large screen. After the service, you're invited to coffee hour in the parish hall, where I and members of the welcoming and membership team and many of our social action teams will be available to answer any questions and help you get connected and engaged. For those who prefer a quiet space to reflect on the themes of the service, you're invited to our worship sharing circle on Zoom and in the Brooks Room immediately following the service. Please check out the blue announcements bulletin in your order of service for upcoming opportunities to participate in our vibrant congregational life. Welcome once again. To gather in worship is a sacred act, and your presence among us is a blessing. We are glad and grateful that you are here.
Each Sunday, when we gather in worship, we light the chalice, the flaming chalice, the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith. This sets aside this time of worship, and it connects us, reminds us of our interconnectedness with Unitarians and Universalists across the world. And so as Jenna lights our chalice, please join me in the chalice response, which will appear on the screen and is also in your order of service. We light this chalice as we learn to hold both tenderness and strength. May this flame illuminate the wisdom to know when compassion calls us to offer comfort and when it demands courageous action. My name is Beth Norton, and I serve as Minister of Music here, and my pronouns are she and her, and I am thrilled and delighted and moved to welcome Emma's Revolution back to our sanctuary for worship. As many of you know, they were here for a concert last night. They sang at the No Kings rally yesterday morning here. Emma's Revolution has come to visit us and to sing with us and to help us move forward at some really nodal points in the lives of this congregation and of this nation. They were our first live concert in 2022 after the COVID shutdown. The first time we brought people together into this sanctuary from the public to unite and sing together. They were here last November on the Sunday after that devastating election to help us all come together and make sense and find our resilience and move forward. And this weekend, the stars aligned to bring them into Concord for the No Kings rally and for this wonderful Social Action Sunday. And we're just thinking, when else should we bring you in? But anyway, please help me welcome Emma's Revolution.
Thank you so much and good morning. We're hoping the next time is for a celebration. We did sing this song yesterday morning. I'm Sandy O from Emma's Revolution, and my pronouns are she, her.
And I'm Pat Humphreys, and my pronouns are she.
And so we sang this yesterday morning, also at the concert, because it's just the song for the moment to remind us of who we are in these times. So folks who are with us, you know your part already, and other folks, we will indicate to you. The part for you is like democracy.
We are the power, and we know it in our bones. We are not alone, and we grow stronger every day. We take down the tyrants with our courage and our spirit. We are strong, and we grow stronger every day.
Every day,
Every day,
every day,
every day.
fueled by generations, we will not obey. Every day,
Every day,
every day,
every day.
we are strong,
and we grow stronger every day.
That is the part when I say every day, you'll say every day. Try one more time. Every day,
Every day,
every day,
every
fueled,
day.
fueled by generations, we will not obey. Every day,
Every day,
every day,
every day.
we are strong, and we grow stronger every day.
We are the workers, built this nation from the ground. We can shut this whole thing down, and we grow stronger every day. Their money and their greed won't bring the people what we need. We are strong, and we grow stronger every day.
Every day,
Every day,
every day,
every day.
fueled by generations, we will not obey. Every day,
Every day,
every day, we are strong, we are strong,
we grow stronger every day. We are the seeds, and we are nurtured by the earth. In darkness is rebirth, and we grow stronger every day. We will sing and shout until we force the tech boys out. We are strong, and we grow stronger every day.
every day,
Every day,
every day,
every
fueled by generations, fueled by generations, we will not obey. Every day,
every day,
every day, we are strong,
we grow stronger every day. We are the people, they will never take us down. We rise up from solid ground, and we grow stronger every day. We are here to say, no kings, no freaking way. We are strong, and we grow stronger every day.
every day,
Every day,
every day,
every day. Fueled by generations, we will not obey.
every day,
Every day,
every day,
every day. We are strong, and we grow stronger every day.
every day,
Every day,
every day,
every day. Fueled by generations, we will not obey.
every day,
Every day,
every day,
every day. We are strong, and we grow stronger every day. We are strong, we grow stronger every day. We are strong, we grow stronger every day, every day, every day, every day.
Thank you, Emma's Revolution. I can't believe it was 11 months ago, the last time I get to lead worship with you, the Sunday after the presidential election. Whew, was I glad you were here that morning. For those of you I have not yet met, my name is Jennifer Johnson. My pronouns are she and her, and I am so glad and grateful to get to serve and share in ministry as the lead minister here at First Parish in Concord. Today especially, I'm aware that this is shared ministry, ministry among religious professionals and lay leaders, and you are going to, I think, see that and hear it and feel it in your heart this morning. Way back in what now feels like a very distant summer, when we were mapping out the worship calendar for the fall and selected this date as a social action Sunday, We did not know that a No Kings 2 rally, the No Kings 2 rallies across the nation and the globe would be scheduled for the very same weekend. We did not know that on the eve of this service, millions upon millions of Americans and our friends and allies across the globe would be coming out, rising up, chanting, singing, laughing, crying, dancing, donning chicken costumes, with love in our hearts for our children and our neighbors and our planet and our freedom. What a day. What a day here in Concord, where so many of us filled the field by the Old North Bridge, that hallowed ground on which the fight against tyranny and the evolving revolution for an ever more perfect democracy was born. Back in the summer, I was beginning to observe the weight of our emotional burden in these trying times. I could feel it upon my own shoulders, in my gut, the clench of my jaw, observed it in the downcast gazes and anxious expressions of friends and strangers alike, heard it in the refrains I was hearing from my family members, colleagues, and many of you. What can I do that will make any difference? The pace and scale of the dismantling of our cherished democratic institutions is overwhelming. The specter of cruelty and violence is no longer surprising, but always shocking. Shock and overwhelm are not a good combination. The forces of tyranny want us to feel that way, because when we do, when we feel shocked and overwhelmed, we forget how powerful we are. We forget how strong we are. We forget that we are not alone. We forget that we are in this together. So I want to remind you, and me for that matter, that there are so many actions you can take, we can take, and many of us already are taking them, and they matter, and they are making a difference, whether or not we can measure that difference at any given moment. They matter because we are not acting in a vacuum. We are more together in this than we realize. That's true for us as Americans, and it's true for us as Unitarian Universalists. And we were feeling that yesterday, and let's keep feeling it today. And let's take that feeling with us out these doors, onto the streets, and into the public squares. Each year at the UUA General Assembly, representative delegates from thousands of UU congregations and groups across the country vote on what we call actions of immediate witness, proposed by our fellow UUA members and groups to help us act in concerted and collective fashion to make an impact in areas of greatest concern in our quest, our religious quest, our faithful quest for peace and justice. Last June at our gathering in Baltimore, we affirmed 3 actions of immediate witness, one of which I just have to shout out was co-authored and proposed by the chair of our Reclaim Our Democracy group, our very own Fred Van Duzen, who you will hear from in a little bit. Those 3 actions of immediate witness are: 1, defending LGBTIQ freedom among funding crises, a call for global solidarity. 2, faithful defiance of authoritarianism, a call to action, reaffirming our covenant for democracy and freedom. And 3, we declare and affirm immigrants are people who have inherent worth and inalienable rights.
This is our
religion. It's not just politics. This is our religion. And this morning, we are going to hear from 3 of your social action teams: First Parish Pride, Reclaim Our Democracy, and the Immigration Justice Task Force, about how they have been, even before these statements, how they have been and how they continue to engage these calls to faithful witness and action, and how you can too. And when you do, when you hear from them this morning, please remember that when you leave from here and you take one action and then the next, you are not acting alone. Your action joins with and magnifies all the other actions taken by all the other UUs, partners, and allies who share our values and our vision of beloved community. Remember, you are not alone. We are not alone. We are rising together. We are stronger together.
Good morning. I'm the Reverend Amy Friedman. I serve as your Minister of Religious Education, and I also serve, you may not know, as the co-chair of Concord Pride. And this year, I'm very happy to be partnering with our long-standing diversity team, which now we are calling First Parish Pride. I want to invite all children who would like a closer seat. We left this nice big first pew for you. Please come on down. Those of you who are more comfortable staying with your folks, that is fine too. But I want you to know there's a prime seat right there. And Jan, if you want to bring your self over here. While we're having our children come forward, I'll just let newer parents know that we do have little RE this morning. So if you would like to bring your little ones, that's preschoolers, down to the Milldam Nursery School, there is childcare awaiting you down there. Good to see all of you.
Thank you, Amy. Good morning, everybody. I am Jan Power. My pronouns are she, her. And I'm a longtime member here at First Parish. Oh, we're still finding seats. Excellent. Cool. So I've been coming for a long time, since my very tall boy was about this tall. Currently, I am the chair of FP Pride, First Parish Pride. And our group works to make First Parish welcoming and inclusive to people of every gender, whoever they love, whatever their family looks like. And not only do we want everyone to feel welcomed and included here, but in our congregation, but we want that for everybody in our communities and in our world. So, can I tell you a story? When my son was a teenager in high school, which was several years ago, he would have his friends over to our house to hang out in the basement. And my husband Peter and I got to know his friends, and they're all great kids. And so one night after they had gotten together, I asked our son about one of the kids, one of the girls, and my son told me that this girl had actually chosen to change her name to something a little bit more masculine sounding, and wanted to be referred to as they, not she. So, how did I respond? Not well, I gotta tell you, and I'm not proud of it. But I was confused, and so I got irritated. Again, not proud. But it's true. Why did she need to change her name? Why did she need a new pronoun? Why was she breaking the rules of what I understood to be the rules of gender identity? I didn't understand then, as well as I do now, about how sometimes for people to feel really comfortable in their own bodies, they need to explore whether their name or their gender identity really reflect who they are. But back then, I hadn't understood that as well. So I got irritated because I would have to learn a new name, and I might call them the wrong pronoun, and I was making it about me. And this wasn't about me. My response was about my confusion and irritation that I would have to learn something new. Not my best moment. But then I realized something. I'm a UU. I can do this. And you can too. Because as a Unitarian Universalist, I am called to recognize the dignity and worth of every person, and to meet each person with compassion and gentle curiosity, not irritation, because I might be confused or inconvenienced. Also, our UU faith calls us to acknowledge that all bodies are sacred, and that each person gets to decide how they want to look, who they love, and who they want to create a family with in this world. So that realization turned things around for me. I wanted to support this young person in their exploration of who they were. The irritation went away and was replaced by curiosity. And I started to learn more about this person's journey of self-discovery. And pretty quickly, guess what? I learned to use the right name and the right pronoun. Boom. So, there we were. Now, these days, there are some people in this world who can't or won't accept people how they are, for various reasons. Our job as UUs is to make sure our congregation and our communities are welcoming to people who identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, or questioning, and their allies. We love you for who you are. You belong here. And I promise I will learn all your names and all your pronouns because you matter to me. All of us of all ages can use our voices and resources to reflect our values. Our UU faith asks us to make our support for LGBTQ plus people known. This past June, you heard about the action of immediate witness that was adopted by UUs. FP Pride is continuing to work to make this congregation welcoming to and inclusive to all. If you're interested in finding out more about what we do, come see our table at the coffee hour. And also, we have some rainbow bracelets, which is one small way that you can show your support visibly for LGBTQ plus people. Thank you.
So today, our kindergarten through 5th grade group is learning about Dorothea Dix, who is a Unitarian ancestor of ours who is advocate for mental health. And our 6th, 7th, and 8th graders will be with myself and Eric Moore, and we are going to talk about the 3 lifelines of Unitarian Universalism. Don't know what those are? Ask me after the service. Let's all join together in song.
To start off our time of prayer and contemplation, will you breathe together with me this morning? Let's take a couple of deep breaths together, connecting ourselves to the sensing body, and in the doing, hopefully, that soft spot of our hearts. As a community of faith and spirit, we rejoice in each other's joys and we bear witness to each other's sorrows. This morning, we hold in our hearts Jim Reynolds, who shares the sad news that his dad, Don Reynolds, died on Sunday, October 12th, in home hospice at Jim's house. As we hold Jim and all who knew and loved Don in love and care this week, Jim expresses that he welcomes cards, emails, and hugs. During this service, as we've heard, we will be lifting up our grief and recommitting in solidarity to LGBTQ plus rights and liberation, to protecting our beloved democracy, and to immigration justice. I want to bring one more place into our hearts this morning, and that place is Gaza. That's Israel, Palestine, and their neighbors. Spirit of life and love, great mystery that holds us all. We learn that just this morning, Israel carried out airstrikes in southern Gaza, accusing Hamas of violating conditions of the ceasefire. We pray that this week's ceasefire arrangement can be shored up and recommitted to, and that it ultimately leads to a lasting peace grounded in genuine justice in Israel and Palestine. And as we do, we also grieve. We grieve together the approximately 20,000 Palestinian children killed over these last 2 years. We grieve the deaths of the nearly 48,000 Palestinian adults who lost their lives in addition. We continue to grieve the 1,200 Israelis who died 2 years ago on October 7th. Our hearts cry out for all those hostages, prisoners, and detainees whose lives were ended or forever changed over these last 2 years. For the soldiers, media workers, and aid workers whose lives were also cut short. For the over 170,000 wounded. For those still struggling with malnourishment and its after effects. And for the cropland, hospitals, homes, and other city structures reduced to rubble in Gaza. We try to open our tender hearts to this inconceivable devastation. We lament our own country's complicity. And we grieve the world that remains without these tens of thousands of beloved souls, each one somebody's child, each one having had worth and dignity and dreams and families of their very own. Let us take a moment to remember and honor their memories. The beauty and power of our global Unitarian Universalist faith tradition is that my prayers get woven with your prayers, get woven with the prayers from our partner church in Transylvania, get woven with prayers being whispered, prayers being sung, prayers being pleaded and shouted inside congregations and on streets around the world. What or who else is on your heart this week? What griefs have still yet to be named? What joys and victories are keeping you going? As you feel moved, you're invited to type these names, places, and prayers into the chat box if you're watching online, or share aloud quietly from the pews if you are here in the sanctuary. Let us now hold a moment of loving silence for all that has been shared and for those prayers that still remain in the quiet corners of our hearts. Amen.
There is more love somewhere. There is more love somewhere. I'm gonna keep on till I find it. There is more love somewhere. There is more peace. We're gonna keep on till we find it. We're gonna keep on till we find it. There is more peace. There is more hope. There is more hope somewhere. There is more hope somewhere. We're gonna keep on. We're gonna keep on till we find it. There is more hope somewhere. And there is more joy. There is more joy somewhere. There is more joy somewhere. We're gonna keep on. We're gonna keep on till we find it. There is more joy somewhere.
My name is Fred Van Duzen. My pronouns are he, him. And I'm the leader of the Reclaim Our Democracy group here at First Parish in Concord. Our group was formed in 2016 as our First Parish response to the UUA Congregation Study Action issue, the corruption of our democracy. Our goal is to reclaim our democratic rights as citizens of the United States of America, to have a government that truly represents and supports the needs and desires of all people. And I'm proud to say we've accomplished a lot in those 9 years. We've hosted nearly a dozen nationally known democracy speakers, including Danielle Allen. You can see them on the wall there. Danielle, by the way, was in that picture from yesterday. She's an amazing democracy supporter and was actually the first black woman ever to run for statewide office in Massachusetts. We've also hosted Stephen Levitsky and Daniel Zeblatt, authors of How Democracies Die and the Tyranny of the Minority. And we've also had Virginia K. Solomon here, President and CEO of Common Cause and past CEO of League of Women Voters of Massachusetts and the United States. So on our second slide, we've hosted 2 democracy festivals here that were written about nationally in our own UU world, and they brought about 20 groups together each time. We've developed very effective relationships with Concord Indivisible and Unitarian Universalists for Social Justice and the UU Side with Love campaign. And last year, our congregation was named a Good Trouble congregation by the UUA for the work we did to mobilize voters in the election. There were 112 of our members participated in the campaign. And we sent 9,000 postcards, 148,000 text messages, made over 20,000 phone calls, and connected with more than 1,400 friends, relatives, and others. So, all good. But where are we now? None of us have experienced an attack on our democracy like the one that we're currently going through. Our basic values are under attack as UUs, as Americans, as human beings. We're under attack by our current administration and its supporters. It's not going to be easy to confront this attack, and it's not going to be quick. The authoritarian playbook has been developed over centuries, and it's difficult to counter. But many countries have done that, and now it's our turn. Faith groups as ours can utilize a moral framework to speak to abuses of power and leverage our influence to strengthen democracy. We can model loving defiance through courageous acts of non-cooperation and civil disobedience. Common values can unite us with other groups, despite differences in our outlook and interests. We can provide physical infrastructure, interpersonal networks, and other practical resources to aid the movement. We can help a lot. On our next slide, we'll look at the UU Democracy Action of Immediate Witness. It encourages us to develop and pass a congregational resolution, to collaborate with other social action groups, to explore or join local pro-democracy coalitions, to build a local interfaith coalition to oppose authoritarianism, to offer education and nonviolence resistance training, to participate in community events to protect vulnerable populations, and to promote and participate in national mobilizations and rallies. And within First Parish, we've started working together, our group, with the Immigration Justice Task Force on joint activities such as the ICE standouts in Burlington. Our Social Action Leadership Council members are looking for things that we can do together, such as a democracy festival or other things. And working with Concord Indivisible, we're sponsoring and co-sponsoring important events and rallies, such as the No Kings rally held yesterday at the Old North Bridge. How many of you went to that rally? Wow. Wow, thank you. And other rallies. How many went to other rallies? Wow. Almost all of you went to something. Sounds good. We also have a strong connection with the Unitarian Universalists for Social Justice, as I was reminded by our minister, who authored and presented both the Immigration and Democracy Actions of Immediate Witness at the last UUA General Assembly. Our Democracy Action team has been holding monthly meetings with democracy team leaders around the country for the last 18 months. And it's working with them to implement the Democracy Action of Immediate Witness that was referenced here. It's been really exciting to see this come together. At this time, it is easy to be discouraged, I admit. It's not obvious what individuals can do. Our Reclaim Our Democracy team is doing its best to help you overcome this feeling of hopelessness. You all can help us today by signing up for our newsletter. You can consider joining our team, and probably most important of all, by signing up to participate in the actions that we and the other social action teams will be promoting. So that'll be downstairs at coffee hour. And we've also developed a draft resolution that we want the congregation to adopt, and copies of that are also available downstairs at our coffee hour. And please stop by our table. And finally, think about the words of our benediction. They mean more now than maybe ever before, and we must live them, really live them to the fullest. We say, go out into the world in peace. We need to be involved in what's happening to the world and to this country. The actions we take must continue to be nonviolent and peaceful. Have courage. Have courage. Courage is essential at this moment. We cannot give in to tyranny. Hold on to what is good, our basic values, our families, our friends, this church. Return to no person evil for evil. This one's been a bit challenging for some of us. When we think of particular individuals that are causing great harm. But resisting that harm is definitely not evil. It's both good and essential. It's good that we're doing it. Strengthen the faint-hearted. A lot of us are faint-hearted. We need to join with others to build our strength and overcome the authoritarian attacks on all of us. We're stronger and more powerful together. Finally, support the weak, help the suffering, honor all beings. Our empathy is much needed. Our actions to support those being attacked are essential. This is a time of great need. We are the ones to provide it. Each week, as we say our benediction together, please think of it as motivation to participate in this movement to save our democracy. It can be a small act or a great contribution. Our country needs us now, perhaps more than we can remember. Let's do this together. Thank you.
Our friend and mentor, Pete Seeger, was called to Spain. Our friend and mentor, Pete Seeger, was called to Spain during the reign of Francisco Franco. Backstage before his concert, the military police met him there and said, "You can't sing any of these songs." Excuse me. That list of songs happened to coincide with his entire set list. So he stood before the crowd of 100,000 people and said, "Well, the police said I can't sing any of these songs, but you can." And he played every one of those songs, and 100,000 people in that audience sang every word. So this is the song that I wrote. I began to write as I was at Pete's bedside at the end of his life. So I want to sing you a line, and if you would sing it back to me so we can sing the chorus. Sorry I don't have it up for the...
Oh, yeah, we forgot about that.
Yeah, putting the lyrics up, but so...
But that lesson that Pete did of creativity and courage always makes me just feel so energized.
So I'll sing a line, you sing it back. Hear the banjo ring. Try that. Oh, hear the banjo ring. Hear the people sing. Hear the people sing. Hope changes everything. Hope changes everything. Sing, people, sing.
morning, we've been hearing and will hear from 3 social action groups that are active here at First Parish and whose mission directly aligns with our UU Actions of Immediate Witness. But there are more groups that work in our midst right here, and their work is just as essential to realize our vision of beloved community, a world where justice and peace prevail and where all beings' needs are equitably honored and all voices are equitably valued. These groups include our Environmental Action Team, the Accessibility Justice Task Force, the Women's Parish Association, and Advocates for Women's Empowerment. And at this moment, I want to especially lift up our Racial Justice Action Group. This year, they are undertaking an ambitious Reckoning and Repair initiative. And to that end, they have nominated Robin's House to be the beneficiary of our plate collection for the month of October. And those of you who were at the Old North Bridge yesterday will recall hearing from co-president of the Robin's House, Nikki Turpin, with her powerful remarks. And you'll know that the Robin's House is a Concord-based nonprofit focused on raising awareness of Concord's African American history during the 19th century, particularly through the lens of the Robbins and Garrison families. Their stories reveal the ways that first generations of free Black Concordians pursued independence and contributed to the anti-slavery and abolitionist movements here and across the country. These stories connect Concord to the broader American story, and they show that fundamentally, Black history is American history. Under the current administration, we will not be surprised, but we should be shocked that Robin's House is losing its federal funding. Without the Robin's House, these stories risk disappearing again. Our community is stronger because we know about Ellen Garrison, Brister Freeman, and Caesar Robbins. We need their stories. We need their voices. Please give as generously as you are able to support the vital mission of the Robbins House. This morning's offering will now be generously given and gratefully received.
it's a relatively easy one-time task. I was overjoyed to learn that against all odds, he was able to return to his family in the Boston area. More sponsors are needed.
Hello, my name is Luis Marentes. While I am not a member of First Parish, I was invited to join the IJTF after attending Aviva Chomsky's talk on March of last year. I love the spirit of commitment, support, and friendship that this group brings to my life. I have participated in the Democracy Festival, Concord Indivisible Huddles, and distribution of Know Your Rights cards with the group. With the Education Subcommittee that organized that Chomsky visit, I am currently working on bringing Academy Award nominated Guatemalan film director Luis Argueta to speak at First Parish and the broader community next spring. He will talk about his work documenting those who leave and those who decide to stay in Guatemala.
My name is Ray Andrews. I have been a member of Reclaim Our Democracy at First Parish for a while. I ran into Jane Blumberg at a gathering at ICE New England headquarters in Burlington. She said she and others had distributed Know Your Rights materials at 50 churches and over 80 immigrant-owned businesses in Lowell. I thought that sounded like they were making a real difference, and I told her I would like to do that with her. We haven't made it to Lowell yet, but 2 weeks ago, Jane and I visited the larger working farms in Concord where migrants and immigrants are working. We offered our Know Your Rights materials for owners, managers, and employees. It was a beautiful fall day. The people we spoke to were interested and appreciative. We had some long, thoughtful conversations, and it was fun partnering with someone from a different part of our social action ministry.
My name is Janet Donovan. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a member of the Immigration Justice Task Force, which was started by my late husband, Tony Rodriguez, and by Laurie Van Loon. A few times I've hosted immigrants who had no place to stay and had been sleeping at Logan Airport or South Station. Regina Correa responded to this crisis by starting an interfaith network of short-term hosts. We call this Blue Boat Home. My first Blue Boat Home guests were a mother with 2 small children who came from Haiti by way of Central America and the Darien Gap. They stayed with me for a week. On her first afternoon, as I helped my guest unpack her food, I recognized some of the Caribbean foods, and I told her that my husband used to love to make pigeon peas with rice on Christmas Eve. I then left her to prepare her family's dinner. Later, she ushered me back to the kitchen to a place at the table that she had set for me and presented a big bowl of Tony's favorite dish for us to share.
I'm Kathleen Bean, a member of the Immigration Justice Task Force and coordinator of Amnesty International Group 15. Both groups work to protect and defend basic rights and dignity for all people. I'm also a member of Congregation Bethel in Sudbury and its Sanctuary Committee. Several of us from Bethel and First Parish stand together to bear witness at the Burlington ICE field office, where our immigrant neighbors are being detained in conditions that are both inhumane and shocking. Nearly every week we join in friendship and shared purpose as we stand outside the ICE office and we listen to speeches, sing, and continue the conversations which connect us. Although the emotional testimonies from immigrants and their attorneys are so hard for us to listen to, we also feel uplifted by the amazing and powerful sense of community and collective purpose. We look out at new and familiar faces, knowing that we are part of something really important that reaches far, far beyond ourselves. We are there so that immigrants know that they are not alone. And ICE sees us standing up for our neighbors. And returning home, we are ready to continue the work of building more community, more hope, and more resistance to injustice.
I'm Jane Blumberg. My pronouns are she and her. We began with two questions. Is this who we are? Is this what we want? We know there are dark, formidable forces of cruelty at work today in our nation's treatment of immigrants. The cruelty is not far off. It's here. People seized in Waltham, in Acton, in Lowell, in Concord. People flown out of Hanscom to states less sympathetic to immigrants. Is this who we are? Is this what we want? But we heard from 5 agents of compassion today who stood up and talked about one action they are taking to resist this cruelty. These actions are happening all around us too. People designed signs together and standing on the Route 2 overpass at rush hour. People participating at the Thursday standouts at Monument Square. And people bearing witness on Wednesdays at the ICE office in Burlington. Last spring, Jared, can you back up, please? Last spring, Jared and Lori Barazin started standing out in front of ICE on Wednesdays because they just felt they had to do something. These vigils now routinely attract 600 to 700 people on Wednesdays every week. And they've now started on Saturdays as well. And each person here today was able to stand up the way those 5 did and share one action they were taking to resist. The forces of cruelty would not seem so formidable then. The Immigrant Justice Task Force says that's who we are. That's what we want.
Even if you've never thought of yourself before as an activist, maybe this alerts you to some action that you can take that will make a difference, especially in aggregate as we do it together. Come to our table at coffee hour. We'll show you a number of ways that you can take steps to be involved in justice for our immigrant neighbors. Thank you, everyone.
We wrote this song for a congregation in Leesburg, Virginia. The chapel that we sang in was a beautiful little all-wood, kind of barrel-vaulted building. And it was strangely located in this residential neighborhood because that building had been there so long. And the building had been built by people who had been freed from slavery. And you could feel the stories in the walls when we began to sing. So we wrote this song. And it has a part for you. I'll sing a line in the first part just to change our language so that we begin this process of kind of transforming our internalized racism into something more powerful and more loving. So I'll sing a phrase if you would sing back, "in the light," in the first verse. And then in the second verse, response will be, "in the dark." And then the last verse, "we begin." We have come in the light to this place, in the light with our hearts, in the light open wide. We are here in the light giving voice, in the light to the truth, in the light we divide. Let us sing for today. Let us learn better ways, showing love in the light, giving hope in the light we create, in the light better days. We are born in the dark, we are fed in the dark, we connect in the dark through the veil. We are held in the dark, we are healed in the dark mysteries, in the dark we reveal. Let us sing for today. Let us learn better ways, showing love in the dark, giving hope in the dark we create, in the dark better days. Time is now. We begin where we are. We begin, we have all. We begin that we need to renew. We begin to release. We begin to rebuild. We begin to believe. Let us sing for today. Let us learn better ways, showing love. We begin giving hope. We begin, we create. We begin better days. Let us sing for today. Let us learn better ways, showing love. We begin giving hope. We begin, we create. We begin better days, showing love. We begin giving hope. We begin, we create. We begin better days. On?
Here we go. Great. I have to just gather myself for a moment in gratitude, just in gratitude for the music, the love, the hope, the honesty, the courage, just the presence, your presence, being here together, building community, rising up, believing. The invitation has been extended to you and me and all of us to join hands, hearts, and spirits with our friends and neighbors, with the person seated right by your side, knowing that we are linked across time and space to a far greater and growing collective of Unitarian Universalists and all the millions of good-hearted, freedom-loving, justice-seeking people spanning this country and the globe from sea to shining sea. We've been invited. We've been inspired. I am tempted to get down on my knees. I'm so inspired. I won't, but I'll spare you. We've been inspired by our social action leaders and the one and only Emma's Revolution. Now let us be emboldened with these closing words that I'll share with the help from our amazing social action leaders here. These words come directly from the language of the Immigration Justice Action of Immediate Witness.
Let us not be bystanders to injustice.
Let us not offer thoughts and prayers where action is required.
Let us not forget that history is watching, and so are the generations.
Let us remember that the arc of history bends toward justice, but only when we bend it. We are Unitarian Universalists. We side with love. We act in faith. We choose justice. And we will not be moved. And now I invite you all to please rise in body and spirit. And we are going to give and receive the traditional benediction of this congregation. And I invite you to do so with special attention to Fred's charge to us during his reflection. Go out into the world in peace. Have courage. Hold on to what is good. Return to no person evil for evil. Strengthen the faint-hearted. Support the weak. Help the suffering. Honor all beings.
Gonna keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Never turning back. Never turning back. Gonna keep on loving boldly. Keep on loving boldly. Keep on loving boldly. Never turning back. Never turning back. Gonna sow the seeds of justice. Sow the seeds of justice. Sow the seeds of justice. Never turning back. Never turning back. Gonna end the siege on Gaza. End the siege on Gaza. End the siege on Gaza. Never turning back. Never turning back. Ice will not divide us. Ice will not divide us. Ice will not divide us. Never turning back.
Two very quick things. One, photo credit. This amazing photo was taken by the multi-talented Sandy O. We want to give her a little credit. That's from yesterday. And please visit the social action tables at coffee hour and find out what your next action will be.